Well, we don't know if you've noticed, but crime, especially serious crime, has been on the decline. But on St. Croix, a man says things could be better at Point Udall. News Channel 8's Wes Small files this report.
All right, well, today we're at Point Udall. I have to tell you, crime has gone dramatically down, statistically especially. When you look at the reports, especially for shootings and stabbings and so forth, way down. Robberies, way down. And then as we come into Thanksgiving and Christmas, it goes up. It's a natural occurrence that happens every year. But I don't know if you've been reading the editorials or the newspapers lately. This is Mike
DiNapoli.
Where are you from, Mike?
Well, I'm from St. Croix. I've been living here for the past 5.5 years, but prior to that, 20 years living in the great state of Ohio.
Okay, Ohio. And Mike had an experience here at Point Udall. This is where we are. Public Works is repaving the road, by the way, so it's, you know, this area is going to be like this, but they're doing a wonderful job, excellent job, I have to tell you that. Now, Mike, you had an experience, and I'd like you to relive it with us for people who don't know. Mike had some visitors here, and tell us exactly what happened and when it was, Mike.
3 weeks ago, my wife's nephew and his fiance, both in their early 20s, made their first trip to St. Croix. You know, the apartment in my house, living there for free for a week, is pretty enticing to a young couple wanting vacation. And so they came to St. Croix. And as is customary, when we have visitors, the first full day on the island, which was that Sunday, we put them in the car, we take them out, we go to brunch, and we drive a big circle around St. Croix, and we show them all of the, very quickly in the course of a day, all the highlights. And so Point Udall was the third stop on my must-see grand tour. And while we were
What day of the week was this?
It was a Sunday. Got up there just a few minutes before 1 o'clock. We had stopped in town and had brunch. And we stopped at Kramer Park right after that, and got in the water for a few minutes. And
Beautiful,
then
right?
Oh, it's gorgeous, and they're just loving every minute that they're seeing it. And so we take them out to Point Udall. We park the car right there on the circle and lock it up. But we're the only people at Point Udall at the time. Nobody walking around, no other cars on the road up there. But we do lock the car because we're safe. We want to be safe. And we take their picture on the wall that says what it is right below their feet, and then we park them on the bench and we take their picture with Buck Island in the background, and then we walk down to the end where the flagpoles are, and a cigarette boat catches our eye on the water, and for 4 or 5 minutes we leaned on the wall watching the boat jump the waves, went back to our car only to find that in that short period of time, and never being more than a couple of 100 feet away from it, someone had obviously come out of the bush, used some sort of pry bar to pry open the door, and stole wallets, cell phones, iPods, cameras out of the car, and obviously jumped right back into the bush.
But they didn't steal credit cards or ID.
Well, I tell you, they got my wife's wallet, which did have all of her credit cards and all of her ID in it. Luckily, in the time it took us to go to the yacht club, call the police, and have the police return back to Point Udall with us, another couple that were up there visiting had found my wife's wallet along the edge of the road in the bush, and were bringing it back into town when they saw us talking with the police officers and said, oh, by the way, we've just found this. And they got the money out of my wife's wallet, but they left the credit cards and the ID, which has me to believe that it was probably more young people doing it as opposed to a professional crook that would relish in the fact that they had credit cards and ID.
I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
And if you don't believe that crime is down, then check out this next story with News Channel 8's Wes Small.
Thanks a lot, Jerome. I am here with Crime Stoppers, Mom and Dad, if I can. There we go. Judy Fricks.
Yes.
And
Hi.
also Lieutenant Thomas Hanna. And first of all, Judy, I'd like to start with you as we do like a quarterly report of Crime Stoppers. I feel good.
So do I. We all do.
Not just News Channel 8, but the Avis, the Daily News, the other media entities. We're all doing our part every Wednesday. So give us some facts and some figures.
Wow. Well, the facts and figures are that as of to date, and you can correct me if I stray any at all here, but we're up to almost 450 tips that have come in through our call center or through the web or through texting since January. We've had, I think, 64 arrests as a result of our tips. We've had, I think, 39 illegal weapons recovered. That's my personal favorite number, because we know that there's too many guns on the streets. So, yeah, so it's helping that. What else? We've had over $52,000 in illegal property and drugs seized. So yeah, it's good stuff.
Now, how much money is still out there? Because every Wednesday, that there's money that people who haven't collected.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Hannah, what's going on with that, and can people still collect on their tips?
The citizens can still collect on their tips.
Well, in
some cases,
there
it's
is
up.
an expiration date.
The expiration is 6 months.
Yeah,
After that's the window. It's correct. And the thing is, what's interesting is that we're getting a number of callers, tipsters. Let me make sure. We're getting a number of tipsters who are giving us tips and not expecting anything. It's just a community service, community-minded persons that are out there to help us get rid of some of the crime that's in the community.
So that money goes back into the kitty then.
Yes.
It just
It
does.
just never leaves the kitty.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, one point you were talking about the guns that have been picked up. You know, what is nice is when one of the officers say we picked up an AK-47 last night. Okay, with the assistance of your tip, and the guys they'll come back later and they say, "You got anything else for us?" So it is now picking up steam with police officers who are interested in knowing what the tips are.
We actually received for the first time ever since our inception in January, we actually got more tips from that district than we did from St. Croix, which means their numbers are coming up, they're jumping on board, and there's a lot of...
How can people get involved? If they want to volunteer, if they want to donate, how can they do it?
Wow, it's pretty easy actually. There's a couple of ways you can reach us. You can call 244-5699 and just talk about the different needs that we may have as a volunteer organization. We'll put you to work in whatever capacity you may have. If all you can do is write a check, one of our goals is to get 1,200 members, meaning 1,200 people who have written us some type of check, whether it's $50, $100, $200. It is tax deductible. We are up to about 250 members. We need 1,200.
Okay.
Throughout the territory, that shouldn't be that hard to do. You can go online. Our website is crimestoppersusbi.org. You can donate online, get all the information you need there.
I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Help for the Boy Scouts is on the way. Stay with us on Channel 8 News.